Hey guys, so I'm outdoors today and I'm going to be chatting with the cast and crew of Half of a Yellow Sun. We have the amazing CHIWETEL EJIOFOR right beside me. Now, did I get your name right?
Yes, you did, yeah.
I wanted you to say it actually.
You wanted me to say it? Why?
I don't know, because I mean, everyone says CHIWETEL, but I want to know the real pronunciation of the name.
Well, it depends. I mean, yes, CHIWETEL is the pronunciation of my name. There's various, but yeah.
Okay, so how does it feel to be back home?
It feels great, I'm so proud of this film and so excited to be in Nigeria and talking about it and just the way that it's been received as well has been great. I mean, it was a sort of dream of mine to make a film of this size, a big film in Nigeria, and I've known B. Bandele for a number of years, and we always talk about that. So it feels wonderful to have made the film and to be here to open it.
I feel as if I have been dropped into something that I don't entirely understand.
Okay, so you are the man of the moment, apart from the BAFTA and of course the Oscars. When you got the script, what made you pick this one?
It sort of was already picked in a way, it's kind of a film that I'd always wanted to make, and my mother introduced me to Chimamanda's beautiful novel, Half of a Yellow Sun, just after it came out, so I suppose about 7 years ago now. And from that moment, I was excited about it and I loved it, and it was such an amazing poetic story, but also a part of my own family history. And I managed to, when I was here with my grandfather passed about 3 years ago, but about 6 years ago I was here and I was talking to my granddad about the Biafran War, and we were doing interviews actually about something unrelated, but it turned into sort of 10 hours of him talking about his experiences between 1960 and 1970, and so for all of those reasons, and how moved and engaged I was in that, with Chimamanda's book, with the desire to make films in Nigeria, and all of those, sort of this incredible confluence of events meant that this was a really exciting period for me.
It's happened. There's been a coup.
What's happening in Lagos?
This is our beginning.
The stage is a little longer.
He doesn't deserve you,
Leave my son alone. He will not marry an abnormal woman. Go and tell your fellow witches that you did not see him.
The only authentic identity for an African is his tribe. I am a Nigerian because the white man gave me that identity.
So are we going to have you in, some more feature films from Nigeria?
I very much hope that's going to be true. I think that there's, to me, I feel like there's a gap internationally in the market. Because I feel like there are incredible stories that are in Nigeria. It's a beautiful country, and extraordinary people, an incredible talent pool. I feel that that's talent pool that travels, that people can watch anywhere in the world and be engaged with. Obviously, that's been true of Nollywood and the reception of Nollywood throughout Africa, but I feel like it can expand, and so I want to try and be part of that.
So you've got this huge fan base in Nigeria. Now, I don't know if you know that, but you've got a huge fan base here. I remember when you were nominated for the Oscars this year, there were loads of people, even people from where you're from, the eastern part of Nigeria, had a full spread picture of you in the newspaper and wishing you good luck. Did you hear about it?
I did, yeah, of course, yeah. And I was really deeply honored by that, and really thrilled, and it just, I've reiterated it a few times, but it was all part of why, I think this kind of combination. Obviously, I wasn't born in Nigeria, but I feel myself to be, as well as British, deeply Nigerian, and I kind of want to pool all those things together and make Nigeria part of my working life.
Having to be in this sort of movie, how much of a change do you think it was for you to get into character, and what did you have to do apart from the hair? That your hair did look different in the posters. What did you have to do to get into character?
Well, it was a character, I think, in a way that I had been researching in a strange way for years, and even maybe years before I even read the book. You know, I like just somebody that I understood, but I'd never really necessarily seen in cinema before, and I think that was what was so appealing to me as well about the book, that these are characters that I recognized, but I hadn't seen on film, and I had not really even seen on television. That just real people, real Nigerians, and going through circumstances, people that reminded me of my parents, reminded me of my grandparents, and in a real way, as opposed to kind of two-dimensional kind of African characters that sometimes you see, which I think the day of that has to be done now. I think it's a very complicated and very interesting and wealthy and diverse and sort of rich in the sense of a culturally rich place, and I think that has a place in cinema and it has to be represented as that.
Bring out your passports!
Where are you running to? The news is not good.
Mama, people are fleeing.
We're at war.
I agree. So let's talk about, other films that you do completely away from the Nigerian, half of Yellow Sun. You have been in quite a number of movies. Tell me to date, what was the most challenging role for you to do?
Well, in a sense, that it's always a privilege, It's not. I never look at the roles in a way that is like it was that difficult for me to do. I'm in an extraordinarily lucky position of being able to do a job that I love at a level that I love, and I really engage with that. So it's hard for me to answer that question.
Okay. A defector. He's Russian.
Neural scan is up.
What's your name?
My name is Vasily Orlov.
Nothing. He doesn't exist.
Where'd she go?
What are you doing there? This doesn't look good.
I'm not a Russian spy.
On the ground!
I'm innocent! Somebody is setting me up!
Maybe it's your department. Mine is catching her so we can find out.
Drop it!
I know why I'm asking. Do you want to know why? Because I heard, a little birdie told me that you might be in the next Bond movie. Is that true?
Well, no, it's sort of there's some speculation about that at the moment.
Did you hear that?
But that's, obviously, but but at the moment it's just speculative, yeah.
And I am a terrorist.
Audacious mission you've undertaken. We're not interested in a political solution.
Mr. Mbeki. Michael Young. Tell me how we can help.
I called last week about the meetings I'm trying to set up between those on both sides. To maintain secrecy, it's best if we hold the talks in the UK.
Fear is the first weapon of the oppressor. It binds us all.
And what is your campaign of terror based on, if not fear?
The culture of fear is not of our making. We learnt it at the feet of our masters.
Professor, the more we know about the ANC's fault lines in their power structure, the better we're equipped to control the endgame.
So I'm to act as your spy?
If you don't cooperate, your participation in the process will be terminated.
I'm instructed to report back via Dr. Barnard.
You take a risk telling me this.
To be a risk not telling you.
We know exactly what's going on in the UK between you and the ANC terrorist, Professor. Learn to sleep with your eyes open.
Been really lovely talking to you. That before I let you go, I do have to ask you what being back home has been like for you. I mean, I don't know if you've been out, if you've gone anywhere since you've been here.
Well, no. Literally, I landed this morning at about 6 o'clock. So
You came straight here.
yeah. So I haven't actually had a chance to be about, but I'm going to be out and about, for the next couple of days. So I'm sure it's going to be great fun.
It's been really nice chatting with you, CHIWETEL EJIOFOR, CHIWETEL. Because I'm Yoruba, I'm from the West, and I did, speak to a couple of my Igbo friends to tell me how to correctly pronounce the name, and I was like CHIWETEL, but
yeah, CHIWETEL EJIOFOR, yes.
I like that.
Oh, okay.
All right, so travel safe back, and good luck with this movie, and we look forward to seeing you in loads and loads and loads of Nigerian movies.
Yes, so do I.
Alright guys, so I am seated with the director of this amazing movie, Half of a Yellow Sun. Give it up for Mr. B. Bantele. Good to have you here.
It's great to be here.
So, Half of a Yellow Sun, everyone is talking about the movie and you directed that. Tell me what it was like putting the movie together, and first to start with, how did you feel when you read the book?
I was just completely blown away by the book. I fell in love with the characters, with the stories. I was moved, I laughed a lot, I cried. And I just wanted to share that story, and I read it in 2006, and I sent a copy of it to Andrea Cole, a UK-based producer who at the time had just produced a movie called The Last King of Scotland. She read it, she fell in love with it, and we began this very slow process of bringing it to the big screen. It took 6 years. Movie cost about $10 million, and it took that long to raise the money. One of the reasons it was really difficult to raise the money was because of my approach to the way I wanted to tell the story. I was fed up with going to the cinema to see movies that were set in Africa, that were about Africa, but that didn't have Africans as the lead characters.
We've always had our stories told back to us by foreigners, and to see this being put together, to see your efforts, how did you pull the cast together as well? How did you sit back and think, ooh, this person's going to be good for this character, and that person's going to be good for that character?
Yeah, there's no science is purely a matter of taste and a matter of instinct and a matter of experience. And I have been directing theatre for many, many years. My background is theatre. I studied drama at Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife, and so when I can't put it into words, but I know when I've got the right actor for a role. I did not, for instance, audition CHIWETEL EJIOFOR for Odenibo. I just knew he was right for it, and I offered him there was no audition. I didn't audition Tande Newton. I knew because that she was right for it. Quite a few actors in it that I didn't audition because I just knew that I knew what their range was.
I think this movie is actually one of the most amazing things that everyone's talking about right now, and I think you did very well with the casting. Now let's talk about the actual directing, day to day, in and out. How was that experience for you?
That's something that I love doing.
You must never behave as if your life belongs to a man.
Oh, God. Our relationship is the most important thing to me. We have to make the right decision for us.
This is my first full-length movie, but I've done a few short films in the past, and I've directed a lot of theatre. But I remember the first time I directed a short. It was about 7-8 years ago, and it was something that I wrote which was set in London, and we shot it over a week.
Viagra, right?
What do you think you're doing? ARVs.
I'm gonna talk to you right now.
Keep your voice down.
Maybe me and Ekene need to take some time away from each other.
Sophie.
Please tell me you didn't just sleep before you.
We all know the sort of thing that Sophie gets up to.
She's really not that bad. We need to get tested.
Now you live with me.
They say you sweet like sugar. I hate taste like honey. Maybe somebody's calling. Maybe you don't leave me hanging.
Baby, you sweet like sugar. Baby, you taste like honey. Baby, you don't leave me hanging. Baby, you don't leave me hanging.
I really wanna.
And I had, even though it was made for very little money, I had a crew of about 50 people. We had several vans with equipment. And leading to it, I was really nervous, and then the moment we just started shooting, I just felt this complete zen, because I thought, my God, I love doing this, and I feel completely at home doing this, and that's how I always feel on film set. When we were shooting Half a Yellow Sun in Calabar and Creektown, I contracted typhoid. I got diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, which came out of the stress leading to the shoot. And I swear to God, I have never been happier in my life. I would still wake up every morning at 4, 5 a.m. and I just couldn't wait to get on set because I felt really incredibly happy.
I applied for a job as a lecturer in the Department of Sociology, and I got it.
A special woman is arriving this weekend. Very special.
Yes, sir.
My name is not Sir.
Yes, sir.
My sister's revolutionary lover and his band of drinkers.
He did not tell us you were logically beautiful.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Not a proper English accent.
Let's get married.
It's happened. There's been a coup.
What's happening in Lagos?
This is our beginning.
The stage is a little longer.
He doesn't deserve you,
Leave my son alone. He will not marry an abnormal woman. Go and tell your fellow witches that you did not see him.
The only authentic identity for an African is his tribe. I am a Nigerian because the white man gave me that identity.
Let's talk about the writer of the book. When she saw the movie, what was the reaction like?
I was really nervous when she came to see the movie. I was so nervous I didn't actually go in that day into post-production. We were still in post-production. But Andrea Calder, the producer, the UK producer, was there, and I was sitting by my phone just waiting, and Andrea phoned and said she loved it.
That's nice. That's really, really nice. Well done. I think you've done very well. Well done.
It was so nice catching up with the cast of Half of a Yellow Sun. Next up, let's watch the top 5 trending movies out now.
Okay, and we're rolling, and action.
At number 5 on the top 5 trending movies is the Lego Movie.
Bad fun. Yeah, can you...
Morning apartment, ready to start the day. Jumping jacks, hit 'em. 1, 2, 3. I am so pumped up! Yes! Overpriced coffee.
That's $37.
Awesome!
Everything is awesome.
Oh my gosh, I love this song!
It's cool when we're part of the team. Everything is awesome.
No, guys, wait up! Where am I?
Come with me if you want to not die.
What is happening?
You're the special, and the prophecy states that you're the most important person in the universe. That's you, right?
Yes. That's me.
Relax, everybody. I'm here.
Batman? Awesome!
Who are you here to see?
I'm here to see your butt.
Oh my gosh!
Ow. Wham. First try.
My fellow master builders.
Hello.
Lord Business plans to end the world as we know it. There is yet one hope. The special has arisen.
I know what you're thinking. He is the least qualified person to lead us. And you are right.
At number 4 is Captain America Winter Soldier.
Coming up on the drop zone, Cap.
You do anything fun Saturday night?
Well, all the guys in my barbershop quartet are dead, so no, not really.
You know, if you ask Kristen out from statistics, she'd probably say yes.
That's why I don't ask.
Too shy or too scared?
Too busy! Was he wearing a parachute? No. No, he wasn't.
I joined S.H.I.E.L.D. to protect people.
Captain,
To build a better world?
sometimes means tearing the old one down. And that makes enemies.
Are you ready for the world to see you as you really are? Look out the window. You know how the game works. Disorder, war. All it takes is one step.
We're gonna neutralize a lot of threats before they even happen.
Thought the punishment usually came after the crime.
S.H.I.E.L.D. takes the world as it is, not as we'd like it to be.
This isn't freedom. This is fear.
You need to keep both eyes open.
Sitting at the number 3 spot on the top 5 trending movies is Divergent.
Divided society into 5 factions.
The only way you can survive is for each of you to claim your rightful place.
Everyone is tested to determine who we are and where we belong.
Say goodbye to your families.
Are you nervous?
Oh. I'm terrified.
You ready?
Your results were inconclusive.
That's impossible.
It's not impossible. It's just extremely rare. You're able to control and conquer your fears. They call it Divergent.
Coming in at number 2 on the top 5 trending movies is The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
I had a traffic thing.
Did your traffic jam have anything to do with being, I don't know, shot at by machine guns?
Yeah. Oh, no, I was implying that. Peter Parker, Harry Osborn. You're gonna want to see this. Oscorp. Get you under surveillance. Why? Isn't that the question of the day? There's something you're not telling me, Aunt May.
I once told you that secrets have a cost. The truth does too.
My name is Richard Parker. I have discovered what Oscorp was going to use my research for. I have a responsibility to protect the world from what I know they're capable of.
What is all this?
The future.
We literally can change the world. What about Peter?
Not everyone has a happy ending.
This is bigger than you, Peter.
I made a choice. This is my path.
Soon, everyone in the city will know how it feels to live in a world without power, without mercy, without Spider-Man.
And at the number 1 spot on the top 5 trending movies is Rio 2.
Well, this year's off to a great start. Ow, ow.
We're not people, we're birds. We have to get out into the wild and be birds, Blue. Let the kids connect to their roots.
Hey, wait a second.
It's gonna be so much fun.
Yeah! Woo-hoo! We're going to the Amazon!
Emma, what? Next spring comes a journey of discovery.
I am an American citizen! Be afraid. Be very afraid.
Whoa, buddy. Put the spork
down.
Let's come together.
And a reunion
We're not the only ones. How amazing.
that will ruffle some feathers.
Who are you? Where did you come from?
Hey, back off. Daddy.
Daddy?
Look at me, I'm a grandpa!
Nice to meet you, sir.
You will call me Pop Pop.
Kids, go easy on old Pop Pop.
You can call me sir.
From the creators of Ice Age.
Come on, let's rock this jungle.
It's popping in the Amazon. Pop, 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 pop. You know what pop is backwards? Pop.
Ooh. Walk it off, buddy.
Julio!